Thank you, Hugh. Every game is a big one at the World Cup, but this, the most significant one for Wales since the teenage Pelé ended their challenge in 1958. They have to win. They can't afford another false start. They must hit the ground running. And after 64 years of waiting, there are now no second chances. A reminder of the Wales team again. Hennessy in goal, Mepham, Roden and Davis the back three. Roberts and Williams are the wing backs. Ampadu, Ramsey and Wilson in midfield. Bale and Moore in attack. Kiefer Moore replacing Dan James, the only change. 5 changes for Iran. Hosseini, the backup goalkeeper, replaces Birimbond, who is out with that concussion and a broken nose. A back four, Rezaian, Poralangi, Hosseini and Mohammadi. In midfield, Ezatolai, Noorali and Haji Safi, the captain. Golazadai, Taremi and Azmoun are in attack. Bright sunshine, warm temperatures here on the outskirts of Doha. It is another massive day at the 2022 World Cup. We'll be building up to England later on, but this morning it is all about Wales. It's not quite win or go home, but it does feel decisive. The second round of group games at the World Cup are underway, and we are following Wales once again here on TalkSport. Wales in all red, defending the goal away to our left in the first half. Iran are wearing all white, and their supporters have the shade away to our right-hand side. The red wall getting redder by the second in the bright sunshine away to our left as Wales look to attack with a ball down the centre, headed forward by Ampadu, but the Guatemalan referee Mario Escobar has penalised him for pushing, and it will be a free kick for Iran. The ball was moving, but it's played wide to this near side and to Taremi, and he has support from Mohammadi down the left, but they quickly retreat. Poralangi with a high ball forward, wide on the far side. It's headed away by Davis, but quickly gathered by Nooralahi down the Iranian right. The ball spins into midfield and it's gathered by Ramsey. Ramsey quickly turns and plays it wide to this near side and Roberts, and it's back towards Mepham, and Mepham goes all the way back towards Wayne Hennessy, who has the red wall at his back. The Wales goal away to our left, illuminated by the lunchtime sunshine here, 1 o'clock in the afternoon local time in Doha, and we have played 2 minutes on TalkSport, 0-0, and it's been a very tentative start from both sides. Dean Saunders.
We've had a good start. We've kept the ball. We made about 8 or 9 passes there, went back to Wayne Hennessy, got it out to the left back hooks it round the corner. Kiefer Moore is the target man that you can do that to. If you're in doubt, just hit it towards him and he makes balls into good ones.
High towards Kiefer Moore again, and Wilson makes the run off him, and Wilson now has it down the left-hand side for Wales. Moore and Bale make the run into the penalty area. Pull back to Williams now. Williams comes in field. Right foot shot from him, whizzes over the top. But the influence of Kiefer Moore clear to see right from the start of the game.
Well, there you go. Instead of Wayne Hennessy dropping the ball in the 6-yard box with the 2 centre-backs next to him, he's just gone ping, Kiefer Moore, flick on, Wilson's in, on goal. 2 passes, lays it back. Nico Williams comes inside on his right foot, and I was waiting for the net to ripple, but it's just gone past the post.
Great atmosphere inside the stadium. The Iranian fans, who are predominantly away to our right-hand side, outnumbered by the Welsh, but in great noise at the start, and there are thousands of empty seats inside this stadium once again at kick-off time. This stadium holds around 44,000. I would be surprised if there's more than 30,000 in here at the moment, as Moore looks to cause problems again. The ball rebounds off the corner flag, and the goal kick's been given in the end, but that clearly seemed to come off Hosseini.
Clear corner, Nigel. I think the linesman was too close to the ball. He was right on top. The ball's hit the corner flag, but that's a corner.
Ironically, the assistant from Trinidad and Tobago on this near side is named Caleb Wales, but he did them no favours there.
It's a bad start.
Goal kick for Iran, taken by Hosseini, who came on in the early stages against England following the broken nose for Veerenvond, who by some distance is their first choice goalkeeper, as Iran look to build on this near side again with their captain Sajah Hafi long over the top, and in looking for the player making that break from midfield, Ghazilzadeh, who has been brought into the side, but the pass was overhit and it's claimed by Hennessy. But Wales more on the front foot here than they were in the opening stages against the US on Monday. 4 minutes played on TalkSport, 0-0. Wilson in pursuit again on the far side, and he goes down under the challenge of Hosseini, but no free kick given by the Guatemalan referee. Now a long ball forward for Iran, looking for Azmoun, but diving in to guide the ball back with his head towards Wayne Hennessy was Chris Mepham, and Wales will try and build again.
Well, we've already played in 5 minutes. We've strung more passes together than we did in 45.
Now a long ball played forward again for Iran, looking to exploit the pace of Sardar Azmoun, starting his first game since the end of September, the Bayer Leverkusen striker. And here Mohamed Taremi, there are varying rumours about their off-field relationship, but when they click on the field, Iran can be a real force. Now Mepham was pulled back there, but he quickly plays the ball wide to the far side. The referee should really bring it back and give Wales a free kick, but he allowed the initial advantage, and Reza Ian, the right back who has been brought back into the team as Iran have gone from a back five to a back four, plays it back to his goalkeeper Hosseini with a nervous touch, and Wales look to press him again as Kiefer Moore makes a break into the area, but it's cleared downfield up to the halfway line. 5 minutes played, 0-0, but Iran coming forward again now. Wide on this near side, Mohammadi, the left back, across high to the far post, but it's beyond everybody, but it's regathered by Reza Ian, driven in looking for Azmoun, headed away by Roden, and then Connor Roberts with a back header at the far post, and Iran have a throw-in.
Two great crosses, great deliveries into the box, but you know, when you hit the ball forward and you try and press, you do sometimes leave holes in midfield, and then they broke at us.
Now Kiefer Moore looking to hold off the central defender on this near side, but it breaks back towards Ampadu, who breaks over the halfway line now, tries to play Kiefer Moore into the right, but it's blocked. Harry Wilson unable to gather. Iran will try and play it forward again now. Ghazilzadeh back again towards Noor Alali in the midfield area, and there's been a great tempo to this game considering the warm conditions at kick-off time. 6 minutes played on TalkSport, 0-0. Azmoun in pursuit again here. Roden needs to get there first and does. He was caught by Azmoun, but it's cleared away by Hennessy up to the halfway line. Quickly headed forward to Taremi again, who's able to turn and find Azmoun. He's onside, right foot shot from him as a trundle, and it's claimed well by Wayne Hennessy.
That's okay. This is a cat and mouse situation. Connor Roberts and Nico Williams are now pressing Iran's fullbacks, so consequently it leaves spaces down the side of your three centre-backs. Ben Davies and Chris Mepham have got to deal with it. Just deal with it. You're not playing against out-and-out world beaters.
Now Kiefer Moore on the move once again for Wales, down the left-hand side, looks in field, no real support, so he will try and occupy two Iranian players, but the final touch was off him according to the referee, and Iran will have a throw-in. Only one previous meeting between these two, when Iran were warming up to play Scotland in the 1978 World Cup. Wales beat them though by a 0-0 in Tehran when Phil Dwyer scored the only goal of the game. And of course Iran went on to draw with Scotland in their first World Cup, their first point on this stage. And an infamous one for Ali McLeod and the Tartan Army, who, in their mind at least, look certainties to win that World Cup. Nearly 8 minutes played here, 0-0. And you just wonder if, despite the air conditioning at pitch level, whether both teams can keep up this pace, as Ghazilzadeh will try and step away from Nico Williams on the far side, and he comes infield towards the edge of the penalty area. It's allowed to run by Taremi. Azmoun was almost in. Two Welsh defenders nearly collide, but it breaks kindly for Wayne Hennessy, and good movement there from Azmoun and Taremi.
Ben Davies, that is an unbelievable piece of defending. He's actually read what the two strikers have combined. One's let it run through his legs and tried to get the following pass. Ben Davies has read it. What a challenge.
But Iran dominating possession in the early stages here, but it now spins into the path of Davis again. And now Kiefer Moore lays it neatly wide to the far side, and Williams, Nico Williams, will try and take on his man, and this time the throw-in does go Wales' way. The challenge coming in from Reza Ian, one of a number of home-based players in this Iranian team. Carlos Queiroz has been looking to blend their European stars with players from the Iranian league, as Ramsey now has space down the right-hand side. Low cross into the penalty area, cut out well at the near post, headed away initially by Mohammadi, but now Connor Roberts gathers again, and Roberts makes the run in behind right-hand side, and he was found by Mepham, but the ball just spins away from him, and it's out of play for a goal kick.
Unlucky. 10 minutes in, I'm a bit agitated with the officials. I'm not sure how this game is going to go. They've given a few dodgy decisions already, but I like the way we're playing. I like we're on the front foot. Both wing backs are not looking behind them, they're pushing right in, and we're getting bodies in the box. I think if we can score a goal, this team might fold like a pack of cards.
Well, Wales yet to really trouble Hosseini so far, with nearly 10 minutes played here on TalkSport. Don't forget, TalkSport 2 is looking after the two games in Group A today. Qatar against Senegal with Joe Shannon and Leanne Sanderson, and at 4 o'clock Netherlands against Ecuador with Ian Danta and Dean Ashton, and then from 6 Adrian Durham leading our build up to England against USA from the Al Bat Stadium. 7 o'clock kick-off with Jim Proudfoot and Stuart Pearce, who are both here doing their homework on Wales today.
Great reaction, Nigel, I think, from the first 45-minute performance in the first game, which was awful, and we're like a yard off it. It looks as if the game's done us good.
Well, they couldn't have been any worse.
No, we're snapping the ball round, the movement's better, we're keeping throw-ins, there's a little bit of movement from the throw-ins, which is good. We're looking for Kiefer Moore. We've got like a purpose to us.
Well, this game isn't necessarily decisive for Wales, but it could be for Iran. If they lose, they are out, and of course England will be through with a win later on. Now Roberts on this near side, finding Ramsey, right corner of the penalty area, back towards Roberts. The cross in is blocked, it breaks towards Ramsey again, appeals for handball from one of the Iranian players, Puralanji, but Wales retain possession. Davis again lofts it wide to the right-hand side, and Connor Roberts is able to control 4 red shirts inside the penalty. Kiefer Moore is there, beaten away by the goalkeeper. Hosseini with a fine save, and Moore has just stayed down inside the 6-yard area, and eventually it's boomed out of play on this near side by Puralanji. But Kiefer Moore with the first real chance, but it will be a concern for Wales that he's stayed down.
How has that not gone in? I mean, I think it's a great ball from Connor Roberts. We switch it out to the right. He's just opened his body out like David Beckham, whipped across in, and Kiefer Moore gets on the end of it with an outstretched foot, a bit like Sterling's goal for England the other day. But in the challenge itself, I think he's got a smack in the face. He's down on the floor. I think there's a bit of blood there. Hopefully he's all right. He's not unconscious.
Well, of course, he scored in the Euros with a headband following a head injury against Switzerland in Baku last year. Very different atmosphere here today, and they are patching up Kiefer Moore's head.
Yeah, he's got a cut on above his right eye, I think it is. I don't think it's a big cut. He's sitting up, he's having a drink of water now, he's not concussed. Big, hard as nails striker, he'll play on, don't worry about that.
Well, that was a great chance.
There's a hat-trick here, Nigel, for him. There's a hat-trick in this game for Kiefer Moore. If we keep putting balls in like that, he will score. That header is straight at the keeper. It's more or less hit him in the face. At either side of him, it's a goal.
Don't forget, coming up on TalkSport, following our coverage here at 1 o'clock, White and Jordan joined by Gabi Agbonlahor live here from Qatar. It's been a week packed with superstar names. They've had Gabriel Batistuta, Argentina's all-time World Cup goal scorer. Switzerland, Xherdan Shaqiri. Kaká, of course, a World Cup winner with Brazil. And today, another World Cup winner, Italy's Alessandro Del Piero, will be joining Jim and the team at 1 o'clock, and then at 3 o'clock Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent live from the TalkSport fan zone. Building up to the England game, our coverage is at 6. But 13 minutes played here, 0-0. The Wales beginning to take a grip on proceedings. Connor Roberts with a long throw. Out towards Ben Davies, 30 yards from goal. His first touch was heavy, and as a result it spins to Golazade, but it's won back quickly by Ampadu. Now Bale infield towards Moore. Ampadu lofts it wide to the far side, but over the head of Nico Williams, and Iran will have a throw-in.
Well, we nearly caused our own problems there. I mean, Connor Roberts has taken a throw-in, and he's thrown it, a long throw-in to the middle of the pitch to Ben Davies. And the ball is a bit slippery. The pitch is fast. It's skidded off the pitch, and he's miscontrolled it. They're at us. Ampadu wins the ball back. Hits a diagonal out of play.
And this is a really good football stadium, 3-tiered. All the fans are very close to the pitch. Holds around 44,000. And we were here at around 9 o'clock in the morning local time, and it was already a broiling day outside, and conditions for those Wales fans away to our left have not really changed. This is the hottest part of the day in Qatar at this time of year, and the Wales fans will be feeling it as Connor Roberts plays a ball across the penalty area. It was a poor one. Goualangi finding Azmoun. Goualangi must score. He does, and Iran take the lead. A mistake by Connor Roberts, and Sardar Azmoun with some intelligent play to pick out Golazade, and he guided the ball low beyond Wayne Hennessy. And in a game which Wales have to win, it's Iran who lead by a goal to 0.
Well, against the run of play, we got caught, and they got a 3-on-1. It's going to VAR, I think. It looked to me from here as if it was offside, but we can't see.
Oh, it's a very tight call.
It's so tight.
Or was Golazade offside?
And he's definitely offside.
Well, we do have an offside VAR official, Nicolas Tyran of Uruguay. And play has not restarted here, and it's been disallowed. The goal has been disallowed. The signal from Mario Escobar, and that is a massive let-off.
Thank goodness for that. I mean, it was totally against the run of play.
But if you make mistakes like that, teams will make you pay.
Yeah, and it's bad play from them. All they had to do is make sure they stayed onside. They had a 3-on-1 with Ben Davies, and to step offside there, the tap-in, all he had to do was stay onside.
Now Connor Roberts, who must be feeling extremely relieved, chases a ball forward on this near side, but it's out of play. And Wales have their first life in this game. Bale now flicks on for Kiefer Moore, who wriggles away from the challenge of Goualangi on this near side. Now Roberts infield towards Bale again, looks to break into the penalty area. Roberts has the outlet again, but it's very tight, so Bale goes himself, drives into the penalty area, goes down, and he was caught in the face there by Mohammadi, and it will be a free kick to Wales, much better than a corner down the right.
Yeah, so Bale has tried to get to the byline, and he's got a forearm smash right in the mouth. Yeah,
well, watching the offside again, and it was clearly offside. It was Ali Golazade who just strayed offside. The Charleroi
relief,
midfielder, but the Wales were wide open once Connor Roberts had sold them short, and that's something that they will have to watch. But here is Harry Wilson now over the free kick, only half a yard from the byline. The Iranian fans are grouped at that end of the stadium, and if Wilson can get the delivery right here, Wales have so many targets inside the penalty area. Moments after they should have fallen behind, this is an opportunity for Wales to take the lead. With 18 minutes played on TalkSport, 0-0 it remains. And the referee is sorting something out inside the area, Mario Escobar of Guatemala, and he is talking to Ben Davies and a number of the Iranian players, and there is so much holding and grappling going on inside that penalty area at the moment, and the referee has stopped it again. and he's talking to the Iranian players, and he is telling one of the midfield players, Tolahi. Now Wilson plays it in, fisted away by the goalkeeper, bodies all over the place inside the area. Now Williams delivers it back in towards Mepham, but it's headed away by Azmoun towards this near side. Wilson again plays it back towards Ampadu. First time ball in though is a poor one, and it's cut out by Azmoun, and Iran have the players forward on the break here, and it's Golazadeh. He's got Taremi ahead of him, but it's cut out by Mepham, who then slips. Taremi goes down, and the shot towards goal from Nouri Ali, and it's eventually jabbed away on the far side by Rodon. But no doubt both teams going out to win this game.
Yeah, and that's twice he slept. Chris Mepham, I don't know what boots he's got on, but whether he's got the right studs in, but that's twice.
19 minutes played on TalkSport at the 2022 World Cup. Wales 0, Iran 0. England against the USA from the Al Bayt Stadium coming up from 6 o'clock this evening as Iran deliver another ball into the area. Azmoun goes down theatrically looking for a penalty kick, and then Connor Roberts clears away, and plenty was left on him there, but the referee allows play to continue, and Kiefer Moore will chase it forward, but Borali Yanni will eventually guide it back towards Hosseini, the goalkeeper.
I think that's definitely a foul on Connor Roberts there. He's chasing the ball towards the touchline, trying to keep her in play. His striker's just lunged. He's put the ball down the channel, but he's left his foot in. How that's not a foul, I don't know.
Wales looking to build again here with Mepham. Wide towards Roberts, down the line, but straight out of play, and it will be a throw-in for Iran, who are making their 5th appearance in 7 World Cups, but they've only won 2 games during that time. They beat Morocco in the last World Cup in their opening game thanks to a very late own goal, and almost beat Portugal in their final game, which would have sent them through and the Portuguese out. And famously they beat USA in 1998, and of course they meet the Americans in their final group game. And we've been talking about the significance of England against Wales, and we shouldn't underplay the significance for so many reasons of Iran against USA at the same time. Now Roberts on this near side, and he's quickly closed down by Mohammadi, and it will be a throw into Wales.
Tactically, Nige, Carlos Queiroz, he's got a decision to make, because for the first 10 minutes they couldn't cope with our system, and whether he just says, right, we're going to score more than you, or at the minute it's one of them games where both teams are going to create chances.
Bale,
so what do they do?
Hooks the ball across the face of the halfway line, looking for Wilson, but it's quickly gathered by Reza Ian. He's being caught in the challenge, and it will be a free kick. Ethan Ampadu just sliding in on the wrong side, and Iran here have a free kick midway inside the Wales half, and anyone who was hoping that Iran would be cowed by the 6-2 scoreline against England has maybe had to think again here. Wales have had their chances, but so too have the Iranians.
Well, playing the way we play now, with 3 centre-backs, 2 full-backs pushing right on, I'd say to Ethan Ampadu, never ever go in front of the ball. Just stay behind the ball for 90 minutes. So you've got 3 and him left on the halfway line. The rest of you can go where you want.
Reza Ian will take the free kick for Iran. Sada Azmoun is one of the targets, and Reza Tolahi also has height coming forward, and it's flipped in high towards the far post, headed on by Azmoun and wide, but he got the run there at the far post on Joe Rodon, and I think that Wayne Hennessy may have been scrambling had that header been on target.
He's got a leap, Azmoun there. He showed what he's capable of. The ball was just a little bit too high for him, but Ethan Ampadu's given 3 fouls away already. You can't keep giving fouls away, you'll end up conceding.
Chris Mepham and Gareth Bale are currently carrying yellow cards for Wales following the match against USA. Kiefer Moore has been able to leap and head it down to the far side. Nico Williams is sent cartwheeling away by a challenge from the right back, Reza Ian, but nothing has been given, and he's still down, and the referee has allowed plenty to go in the opening stages here with 23 minutes played on TalkSport at the World Cup. Group B, must-win game for Wales, and it's currently goalless against an Iranian side who've already had a goal disallowed. There's Ethan Ampadu under pressure inside the penalty area, looking for help from Mepham, and Mepham eventually hammers the ball away. It strikes Asmoon on the backside and spins clear for a throw into Wales. But Nico Williams, who of course was very emotional following the game against the US, following the death of his grandfather, has hobbled back onto the field of play here. Reza Ian is just checking on him. Of course, it was his challenge which sent him off the field of play, and he got nowhere near the ball. That is a clear free kick.
Well, he's let a few go now. I'm a bit worried about these officials. I have been from the start. And I've just seen Robert Page there. He's walked onto the pitch to have a go at Ethan Ampadu. Why are you receiving the ball in the D in front of your own goal when we're playing with Kiefer Moore in the team?
Well, play will eventually resume here. And again, it's a long throw from Connor Roberts from the wide area into midfield, headed down by Wilson. Now long downfield from Davis to find Ramsey. Ramsey with a crossfield ball from left to right, and here is Connor Roberts again. Back towards Mepham. Ampadu, and Wales have every outfield player, bar Joe Rodon, now inside the Iranian half, but they need to use the ball well because Iran can spring forward very quickly, as we've seen already. Here is Bale, top knot bobbing forward towards Roberts, who goes down looking for the free kick. Nothing given again, and Iran will try and break themselves, but the pass forward was behind Mohammadi on this near side, and it will be a throw into Wales.
What is this referee playing at?
There is plenty going on off the ball at the moment. There's Kiefer Moore, heads it into the path of Bale on this near side, but he's outleapt by the Iranian defender, but it's cleared as far as Ampadu, forward towards Wilson. Another strong challenge on the edge of the penalty area from Hosseini, but now Iran will try and break. Asmoon down the centre, Joe Rodon's gone with him, and Rodon with an excellent defensive challenge to slide in from the wrong side, but he got there cleanly, and now Nico Williams turns away from Asmoon on the far side. He's then barged off the field of play, and belatedly Wales do get a free kick. The Iranians are complaining. Reza Ian is right in the face of the referee, but Nico Williams evaded the challenge of Asmoon, and then he was body checked on the halfway line by Zadeh, and it will be a free kick for Wales, and some would say not before time. I know you would.
Well, at least he's given us the free kick, but once again, this rotating midfield that we've got, which is Wilson, Ramsey, Bale, Ampadu, it looks great in possession. But if Ethan Ampadu gets caught leaving the centre of the pitch and losing the ball, they're straight at our back three, and it's a 3v3. Joe Rodon got left 1v1 there. A brilliant piece of defending. He waited, he sent the defender wide of the goal, didn't dive in, and then eventually got the timing right, poked it away. So that's the only concern for me. We're looking great in possession, we look like we're going to score, but Ethan Ampadu cannot leave the centre circle.
Well, there's a concern here for Iran, because Sardar Asmoon, who has played very little football coming into this tournament, is currently down. A number of Wales players are taking on fluid. So while there's a break in play, we'll take the opportunity to join our Wales correspondent Lawrence Mora, who is sat behind the goal away to our left-hand side in the sunshine.
Yeah, thank you, Nigel. Listen, the offside in particular, I've got concerns over these officials as well. How he didn't see that, the assistant referee on the far side. It was clearly off from where I was sat down here. The fans behind the goal are looking a little nervous. It's end-to-end stuff, but they're really engaged. Sat in with some Iranian fans. It's a great atmosphere down here. Wales really need that early goal.
Our assistants today are from Trinidad and Tobago and Costa Rica, alongside our Guatemalan referee, just highlighting that it's very much a global game. Now from the restart, Asmoon is back on his feet. Ramsey maybe thought about playing the Hollywood ball forward, but goes back towards Mepham. Here is Wilson down the right-hand side. Mepham again infield towards Rodon. Ramsey coming deep to receive, and does well to ride the challenge and find Wilson again, and Wilson lofting it wide to Nico Williams on the left, headed forward first time, looking for the run of Kiefer Moore, but it's cut out by Hosseini, and now a break is made on the far side by Reza Ian, but he's covered by Nico Williams. It's going to be a good battle, that Reza Ian against Williams, the two fullbacks who both got great pace down the Wales left-hand side.
That looked a foul to me as well.
The Wales have possession. Mepham with a long ball forward, looking for Kiefer Moore, who wins the header, nods it down to Bale, who tried to volley it first time, right-footed, never got hold of it, and it's a comfortable save for Hosseini.
I mean, how easy is that? We must realise now, when you're on the pitch, you have to work it out for yourself. Kiefer Moore, for these Iranian defenders, is unplayable. They can't get anywhere near him. Just keep directing the ball towards him.
On many occasions now, they're not even trying to jump with him in the air. They're giving him an uncontested header and trying to win that second ball. Now Williams again in space. Bell makes the run down the left, but the ball is cut out by Reza Ian. It was a routine ball forward from Nico Williams, which he should have made, and it's now cleared away by Hosseini, the central defender. Davis again, wide towards Williams, infield to Harry Wilson, who's got some space around him in a central area. Forward towards Kiefer Moore, he almost found him as well, but it was a good challenge from Purali Lanji. But now, the long ball forward looking for Azmoun is cut out by Rodon, who steps out, and he's found Williams down the left-hand side. Now Bale comes infield onto the right foot, square towards Ramsey. Ramsey just looking to turn, but he gets the ball caught under his feet, but he maintains possession. And Ramsey heads back towards the halfway line, but now Mepham is forward. Connor Roberts is the outlet down the right-hand side. Carlos Queiroz on the edge of the technical area, looking to direct the traffic for Iran. The ball forward has been cut out, but again it was a late challenge by Iran, this time on Ampadu, and Wales have a free kick midway inside the Iranian half, and Ampadu played it forward, and flying in to make the challenge was Ezzatullahi, and he caught Ampadu. And Iran are leaving a lot here off the ball.
That tells you that they can't live with the tempo we're playing at, and they keep getting late to challenges. So if we can just step it up another notch and move the ball slightly quicker. I mean, Aaron Ramsey's done brilliant in the air. He's good on the ball, but that tires your legs out. Just keep the ball moving, two touch. Eventually we'll get a crossing position and we'll get bodies in the box. Joe Rodon right now looks like Bobby Moore. Brilliant.
Ramsey and Wilson over the free kick. Too far out for a shot, so Wales have sent forward everybody apart from Connor Roberts. Iran have pulled every single white shirt behind the ball here. 31 minutes played on TalkSport, 0-0, but it's been a lively game here in Al Rayyan. Ramsey with the free kick, but it's a flat delivery. It's cut out by Azmoun, and Iran will try and sprint out to the penalty area. Ramsey recovers and goes all the way back towards Hennessy, and it's Nouralahi who will close him down, having made a lung-bursting run forward from one penalty area to the other. Here is Williams now, down the left-hand side, and he plays an expansive ball wide to the right, taken down on the chest by Ramsey, who just about keeps the ball in play, but loses out to Mohammadi, and Iran can bring it forward again now as Ezzatullahi, and there's a slip by Nico Williams, and there is space on the far side for Reza Ian. A high ball in, looking for Taremi. Mepham rises though to head the ball away at the far post, and Connor Roberts will hoof it down the line, but it's quickly gathered by the captain, Haji Safi. A ball into the area, cut out again by Rodon. Now Ramsey back to Rodon on the edge of the penalty area, and Wales try and play their way out as Wilson goes wide to the left-hand side, and Williams. Don't forget, Qatar against Senegal at 1 o'clock, and the Netherlands against Ecuador at 4 o'clock, both on TalkSport 2 today. England against the USA from the Albat Stadium in this group, Group B. A win for England, and they are through before they play Wales. That is on TalkSport. Our coverage begins at 6 o'clock, and Alessandro Del Piero is another big guest with White and Jordan, and they're on the air from 1 here on TalkSport. Wilson chasing ahead on forward down the left-hand side, cuts it back towards Bale on the edge of the penalty area. It comes out to Connor Roberts. Roberts checks back and finds Mepham. Mepham sets himself for the cross, and then a low ball down the line looking for Kiefer Moore. Wasn't the best option really, and it spins away from him out of play for a goal kick.
Brilliant football, playing well. We can't play much better than this, the way we're knocking it out. We just need that end bit
now. Got to score then.
We need that delivery to be right. The last pass has just gone past someone or out of play, or We get that bit right. The one that we did get in there, Connor Roberts, Kiefer Moore's got on the end of it. They're just sort of accepting that we're going to push them back now. They're there for the taking.
But Iran are also a threat on the breakaway here, and that's something that Wales will have to watch with 34 minutes played here. 0-0, and Kiefer Moore is penalised for shoving over Mohammadi on this near side, just in front of the two technical areas. Carlos Queiroz, very smart in his suit. Rob Page in the t-shirt and tracksuit bottoms on a very warm day. Hosseini clears long downfield, the Iranian goalkeeper. Of course, Iran were 3 goals down by this stage against England, but a different sort of challenge here today. Ramsey with a long ball down the centre. Bale was in pursuit, but it was cut out by Hosseini. Now played forward by Mohammadi, looking for Azmoun. Azmoun, without any question, is the danger man, but he was held up again by Roden, who has just got up flexing his back. And of course, Wales don't have too many defensive options beyond the ones on the field at the moment, and Roden clearly has a problem, but he's trying to run it off as Iran pick up a loose ball on the far side with Reza Iya. Short towards Ghazalade, who had the goal disallowed, straying offside. Now to Raimi, who's been quiet so far. And the pass was behind Haji Safi. And now Mohammadi for Iran. The ball back though towards Pouralangi. Just forced him to scamper. Hosseini, the goalkeeper, will boot it long downfield and all the way through towards Wayne Hennessy. It's really tense, isn't it?
Yeah, that concerns me, the middle of our midfield. Ethan Ampadu is the only one that has to have discipline. Aaron Ramsey is brilliant when he can float from side to side. He picks pockets up. But obviously when we lose it, if Ethan's not in the middle of the pitch, we are easy to break on.
Wales have had 68% of the possession so far, which is very unlike them, in all honesty, as Bale plays it wide to this near side, but it's headed away by Mohammadi. Now Wilson, 35 yards from goal in the central area. Bell makes the run into the box. Here is Nico Williams now in space down the left, and he almost rides the challenge of Reza Ian. Does well to keep the ball in play, tries to execute a Cruyff turn, but in doing so runs the ball behind, and it's a goal kick.
Nico Williams, I love the way he plays and the enthusiasm and the energy he's got. At times he's just a little bit under a mile an hour. He got in a great position there, and I think Bale's put him in, and he's more or less in the box on his left foot, and I think he's looked up before he had control of the ball, and the ball ends up bouncing up and hitting him on the shin. What a great position we had there though. It's like a side foot across the face of the goal, tapping.
36 minutes played, Wales 0, Iran 0 in Group B of the 2022 World Cup, live on TalkSport. The first game of 4 today, and of course tomorrow there are some massive matches. The holders France play Denmark, that's at 4 o'clock, and I'll be alongside Stuart Pearce in that huge stadium in Lusail for Argentina against Mexico at 7. Messi and co playing for World Cup survival after their loss against Saudi Arabia. And also coming up tomorrow on TalkSport 2, 2 huge games of rugby union in the Autumn Nations series, live and exclusive on TalkSport 2. 2:45 Wales against Australia, 5:15 England against South Africa, and Tunisia against Australia will also be live on TalkSport 2 tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And World Cup game day live from noon. We'll have Poland against Saudi Arabia, France against Denmark, and then Argentina against Mexico. Free kick for Iran, close to the halfway line, goes all the way back to Hosseini, the player who's been recalled to the Iranian team after 4 years away. It's only his 9th appearance. He came on in the game against England as Ampadu does well to win a loose ball on the halfway line, rides a couple of challenges, quickly wide towards Bale down the left, and Ramsey made the run into the penalty area, so too did Moore. The low cross in from Bale though is cut out, but he'll have another opportunity now to break towards the penalty area. It's now gathered by Williams. His cross in though ricochets off 2 Iranian players. spins back into the path of Williams, and Williams is challenged, and in the end it's a goal kick, and one or two Wales players just making the wrong decisions in attacking areas at the moment.
We can't get that final bit right. Nico has tried to put the ball across the face again, and he's trying to let the ball run out of play, but the Iranian players nip round him, and they've ended up with a goal kick. But I like the way we're playing. You know, it's just that one half chance, and if it falls to Bale or Ramsey in the box, you've got to fancy us to score. Harry Wilson's got a goal in him as well.
6 minutes to play in the first half here in Al Rayyan, and Iran now have a free kick. Azmoun has been dragged down by Mepham under a high ball. Mepham complains and then throws the ball in the direction of Azmoun. He needs to be careful, he's on a yellow card, so another one here and he will be out of the England game.
Well, Joe Rodon and Ben Davies are defending brilliantly, and Mepham. He's given a foul away there, and mainly he's given that foul away because of his starting position. When the goal kick's taken, he's stood right behind the centre forward. He's got to stand inside him, so he's got a clear path to the ball. Otherwise, if the striker's clever and they just step across you, they're going to get fouls out of you all day.
But Azmoun and Taremi are two very, very good strikers. Both have been in the Champions League this season. Taremi scored 5 in 5 for Porto as they won their group, helped to knock out Atletico Madrid. Free kick from Hadji Safi is very deep towards the far post, and it goes beyond everybody and behind for a goal kick.
Terrible. See, things like that let you off the hook. So they've got the crowd banging drums. First time they've been in our half for a while, and they go and hit the free kick out the back, miles too big. Frustrate supporters, everyone.
And the stadium has filled up significantly since kick-off time. Well, there are a number of empty seats, particularly in the lower tier on the far side, and also in the sections not occupied by the Wales fans away to our right. But the Iranians have come in real numbers here, but I think on the whole they are outnumbered by the Wales fans here today. Lunchtime kick-off here in Iran. Good morning to you at home, wherever you're listening. Here is Ben Davies now, bringing the ball forward. In towards Kiefer Moore on the edge of the penalty, laid off to Wilson with a deflected shot which loops high over the crossbar, but it will be a corner kick to Wales.
Oh, we've just cut through him like a knife. We've just built up play from the back. Straight ball into Kiefer Moore, lays it off. Harry Wilson strikes one with his left foot. It gets a deflection, and sometimes it can loop off the defender's leg and drop inside the side netting at the back post, but it's just gone over the bar. Corner. Pressure's building.
But Wales have got to make one of these set pieces count, with 3.5 minutes to play in the first half here. 0-0. Harry Wilson with the corner. It's an in-swing and the goalkeeper comes, and he claims very well over the head of Kiefer Moore with both hands and crumples to the turf, having made an excellent claim. Too much air on that, really.
Yeah. I mean, what can he say? He's trying to put it right in as close as possible when the keeper come and catches it. Well done, the goalkeeper, I'm going to say that. He took it cleanly. You know, sometimes as a defender, when you're playing in a back three, you don't mind being 1v1. It like sorts your mind out for you. And Ben Davies and Rodon are handling it brilliantly.
Now it's been given away, and another high ball forward towards Taremi, who has been playing quite well by Mepham so far. Mepham gets there first again, but Taremi is all over him, but in the end it's cleared away. We'll be down to Lawrence Moore up on the touchline again shortly, but Iran are building here with Hadji Safi, their captain, on this near side. Back again towards Puralanji, high hanging ball, and it's won well by Nico Williams, and Ramsey will try and keep the ball in play, but he's quickly closed down by Nourallahi, and Wales will have a throw, and it's taken quickly by Williams, finding Ramsey again, but his first touch just betrays him, and Hosseini comes away from that challenge with the ball, laid into Taremi in the midfield area, but two Wales players snap in with the challenge, and Mepham plays it wide to the far side again, and Wilson now has got space. Kiefer Moore makes the run towards the edge of the penalty area, but it's held on to. Now Ampadu in towards Bale again. It's headed down by an Iranian defender into the path of Nico Williams, but he was offside. and it will be a free kick to Iran. So let's head back down to Lawrence on the touchline.
Yeah, it's fascinating. The intensity is so much better from Wales in this game. And you can see Rob Page on the touchline demanding more from his team all the way through this. But they'll be slightly disappointed they've not created more clear-cut opportunities.
That's fair to say. 4 attempts on goal so far, 2 on target from Wales, and that's despite 66% possession.
Lots of good build-up play. Not had the killer touch yet.
But we need the goals. Now Nourallahi for Iran. And it's worked further wide by Reza Ian, and he will try and make the ball back into the penalty area, but it was played beyond him by Golazadeh, who scored the disallowed goal, and it will be a goal kick for Wales as they play out deep from the back again. Mepham in towards Ampadu, and again he's got room to turn and bring the ball forward and look for his options, and it's wide towards Connor Roberts down the right. Now Ramsey on the halfway line, back towards Mepham again, and it's controlled football from Wales. At times they're not really under too much pressure in the midfield area, but they need to try and produce a bit of subtlety around the penalty area. Williams back again towards Ampadu. Bale finding Williams on the edge of the area, but again it's cleared away and the ball out of play on the far side as Hosseini steps in before Moore, and Wales will have a throw-in.
Do you know, we should ask the players after the game. The pitch looks really lively, as if it's firm, wet, and the ball, there's a lot of players slipping. The ball seems to be skidding, a lot of them having bad touches.
We are into a minimum of 4 more minutes. I think someone's had a word about added time, because it seems to have got less since yesterday.
Well, Kiefer Moore was down for quite a bit.
But usually that seems to guarantee at least 8 minutes, doesn't it, if we have an injury break. Now Roberts heads it down for Ramsey on this near side. Bale and Moore wait in the area. Roberts with the cross in, but it's defended with discipline by Iran again. Now Ramsey in towards Ampadu, slid wide towards Roberts, but it's cut out by Hadji Safi. But the early ball forward from him, looking for Azmoun. That's the out ball for Iran every time, looking for Azmoun on the halfway line. Roberts' ball forward now was cut out by Hadji Safi, and now Azmoun is able to gather on the halfway line. Golazadeh forward towards Taremi for Iran inside the penalty area, right hand side. He holds the ball up. Golazadeh makes the run in behind. Ben Davies keeping his hands behind his back. Now Reza Ian with the opportunity to attack the penalty area. Back to Ezatolahi. Good ball in. Azmoun was challenging, and it spins wide, and it's another let-off for Wales.
Yeah, Nico Williams, he's not sprinting when you've got to stop them crosses coming in the box. I mean, it's a great ball in, but if he can get out quicker, he prevents that. And Joe Rodon, Taremi's nearly got a cross in there and got on the end of that, but he's defended brilliantly. This is the best 45 minutes I've seen Joe Rodon have. He's dealt with everything.
And the Iranian fans in great voice as we head towards half-time here. Both teams have performed significantly better than they did in the opening 45 minutes on Monday, but neither has been able to score the opening goal, or in Iran's case, score it legally. Moore tries to head the ball on for Wales, but it's cleared away on this near side by Mohammadi. Flicked on by Hadji Safi. Taremi will chase, and Rodon with a rash challenge there, he'll pick up a yellow card. Taremi got beyond him, and Rodon knew that as soon as he'd lunged in there that he was going to pick up a booking.
Yeah, but Chris Mepham switched off. The ball's gone over Chris Mepham's head. Instead of turning and sprinting, he thought, deal with it, Joe. So Joe's had to make a late run out. Timed his tackle wrong. Striker's just got a toe poke before him. 100% yellow card, so he's going to have to watch himself now. Again, that happened because Ethan Ampadu has left the centre of the pitch. He's playing well, Ampadu, but we don't need him to be on the ball all the time. We need him sat in front of the 3 centre-backs, just so that when they counter-attack us, we can't get done with a sucker punch.
Free kick for Iran right at the end of this first half. Hadji Safi and Golazade are over it. It's left for Ehsan Hajasafi to take it for Iran. And it's Wales' turn to pull everybody back to defend this set piece. Crucial that Robert Page's team stand firm here. Hajasafi with a good delivery over the head of Azmoun, but it drops to him. Fired towards goal by Taremi, blocked inside the 6-yard area. The clearance from Wales strikes a Welsh player, and then the ball as a result is delivered into the area. It's hooked away by Kiefer Moore. Fired towards goal, out pace in the end by Noor Elahi, but it's one bounce into the midriff of Hennessy.
Yeah, awkward one. Cross got headed out, and big centre-backs come forward there, chest volley, and it's dipped in front of Wayne Hennessy, and he can deal with that. If that spills out of his chest, then he's getting hammered.
That's half-time. Fascinating first half, but no goals. Wales have been the better side in terms of possession, but Iran creating the real talking point. A disallowed goal turned in by Ali Golazade, but he was clearly offside when Wales were wide open at the back after a mistake from Connor Roberts. That was a real let-off for the Welsh. They've made chances, but they're yet to make one count. Half-time, Iran 0, Wales 0. Thank you, Hugh. No changes to either side at half-time, as the ball goes back towards Wayne Hennessy, defending the Wales goal away to our right, in the shade in the second half, with the Iranian supporters at his back. The red wall still bathed, or maybe baked, in the sunshine away to our left. Iran in all white. A reminder of the teams: Wales, Hennessy in goal, Mepham, Rothen and Davis, Robertson, Williams, Ampadu, Ramsey, Wilson, Bale and Moore, as Iran try and come forward now. An early cross into the penalty area swirls over the head of Azmoun, who will chase as they're coming together with Nico Williams. Both tumble out of play, and Wales have a throw-in. The Iranian team is Hosseini in goal, Reza Ian, Porelangi, Hosseini and Mohammadi the back four. In midfield, Noor Elahi, Ezzatullahi and Haji Safi, with Golazade, Taremi and Azmoun in attack. And Iran closest to a goal in the first half, a disallowed goal for offside, correctly given. Azmoun has a problem here with his shoulder following that body check from Nico Williams, or maybe a coming together is probably fairer to the Wales midfielder, and he's still clutching his shoulder here, and the Guatemalan referee Mario Escobar is just checking on how he is.
Just seen Gareth Bale stretching his hamstring there. I hope that's not he's just out of habit, not a problem. But I just think at half-time, Robert Page, hopefully, I would have said to him, look, we've got to keep the rhythm of our game is switch, diagonal. We've got to mix it up. And we sometimes don't worry about putting the ball towards Kiefer Moore, because we've got Bale, Ramsey and Wilson picking the second balls up off him. Wing-backs join in, get the ball in the box.
It breaks down for Wales on this near side. There's Ian with a high ball forward over the head of Azmoun. Taremi will chase, and Hennessy throws a couple of shapes before allowing the ball to drift into his penalty area. And he quickly bowls it out to Joe Rodney. Picked up a yellow card late in the first half for that challenge on Taremi. Now it's been given away by Ramsey. Here is Azmoun inside the penalty area, tries to clip it back towards Taremi, and again Wales almost give it away. Ramsey then is challenged in midfield quickly by Mohammadi, and it spins all the way through back towards Ramsey. And it's maybe almost heresy to say it, Dean, but at the moment Bale and Ramsey are not quite doing it.
No, because we are playing off the cuff, and we're having so much of the ball that sometimes, it's so easy for us to keep it and switch play. You've just got sometimes, especially the two centre-backs, Ben Davis and Mepham, just hit a diagonal at Kiefer Moore.
High ball forward now, looking for Ramsey. It was Davis who nearly picked him out. Ramsey making the run from right to left, but it just skims over those peroxide locks, and it's gathered by Hosseini.
I think he thought the goalkeeper was going to smash him there, Ramsey. I thought he was clean through. He's let it run.
Hosseini clears downfield, and again it's two bounces all the way through towards Wayne Hennessy. Wales 0, Iran 0. 4 minutes into the second half here on Talk Sport. White and Jordan coming up at 1 o'clock. Alessandro Del Piero is the special guest today. And then at 3 o'clock, Andy Goldstein and Garen Bent live from the Talk Sport fan zone as Wales with a cross in from the right with Connor Roberts, but it's cleared, and a high ball down the centre for Azmoun again, who is a willing runner, but the service to him has been sporadic so far. And it's claimed by Hennessy, who bowls it out to Ampadu on the halfway line. Now Roden once again, and Iran are just happy to drop back behind the ball and give Wales the challenge of breaking them down. And Davis almost gives the ball away to Nuralahi, who's been very mobile in the midfield area. Now Davis again on the halfway line, and there is space for Ramsey and Roberts down the right, and Mepham now finds Ramsey. Clipped forward for Kiefer Moore, and the flag stays down, and Kiefer Moore brings it under control, and then it goes up very, very belatedly from the assistant on the far side.
Yeah, he looked offside. I'm just watching Kiefer Moore's movement, right? He's 6'6", and he's at times he's hovering like a number 10. All he's got to do is get himself offside nearly on the shoulder of the furthest away centre-back and just keep pulling on a diagonal. And Chris Mepham and Ben Davis, there's an easy ball into him, like overcomplicating it.
Now Ghazal Azay chasing a high ball forward. It's claimed by Davis, flicked on by Kiefer Moore down the middle. Harry Wilson unable to gather, but now headed forward by Ampadu into the path of Wilson. And Moore just stepped out of a challenge which came thundering in from Nuralahi, and it will be a throw into Wales, just in front of Rob Page in the technical area, who made the key half-time change against the US to bring on Kiefer Moore. But Wales need to carry on doing what they're doing with just a bit more quality in the defensive third, as Iran now give the ball away to Ramsey on the edge of the penalty area, but he did us in possession again, and Iran quickly win it back. And now a good ball forward for Azmoun, who is onside down the centre. Roden chasing, but Azmoun shoots, and he's hit the post. What an opportunity for Iran. Their subs were already on the field to celebrate. Now Ghazal Zadeh, he turns inside, curls in the effort, he's hit the other post. Azmoun with a header, and it's somehow saved by Hennessy.
Unbelievable.
And Iran hit both posts in the same movement. First Azmoun and then Ghazal Zadeh, and Wales are so fortunate to still be on level terms.
Unbelievable passage of play. I mean, Aaron Ramsey's got the ball on the edge of their box, give it away, they've broke at us, debatable offside. Taremi's gone in, Roden's catching him on his right foot, he's hit the near post, it's rebounded, they've hit the far post, and it's gone straight back in Wayne Hennessy's hands. We've got away with one there.
Well, Azmoun should have scored with the rebound. It was a header 6 yards out. Hennessy was on the ground, and he headed the ball straight at Hennessy.
And he's a goal scorer, there's no excuse. Either side of him it's in, but we've given the ball away on the edge of their box. 2 minutes later, they nearly scored 3 on us.
Now Bale, wide on the right-hand side, heading towards the corner flag, but he turns, whips across it, looking for Kiefer Moore with the header. He's got there before the goalkeeper, but it's onto the roof of the netting. And that is the ball in from Gareth Bale, which could do the damage, and Kiefer Moore got there before the goalkeeper, but was unable to keep the header down.
Great ball from Bale into the 6-yard box. Kiefer Moore thought, go on, take the keeper in the net with him. Is he the third choice keeper, Nigel, I think?
Well, they've got the first choice goalkeeper, then they've got 3 who have very few caps between them, but we're watching on the replay. Terrific effort from Ghazal Zadeh, which beat Wayne Hennessy, and then Azmoun coming in, and somehow he failed to put the ball in, and Wales should be behind here early in the second half on TalkSport, but it's still 0-0. Now Ramsey heads it forward, Bale flicks it back towards Ramsey, who tries to break towards the edge of the penalty area. He was caught by Ezzatolahi, and it will be a free kick for Wales, 30 yards out, right of centre.
No yellow card for that. That's a yellow card. If Roden's is a yellow, that's a yellow. Ramsey, brilliant bit of skill there. They've got, see, Ramsey and Bale have still got flashes of magic. Sometimes, though, Nigel, you can have too much of the ball.
Double change coming up. Dan James and Brennan Johnson will be coming on very soon for Wales, but not before this free kick. Harry Wilson is over it, and we've seen him score from similar range. Aaron Ramsey could also hit this right-footed. It's a very short Iranian wall. Mepham and Roden are both forward here. And Ramsey is over the free kick. Wilson clips it high into the far post. It's a poor delivery straight into the arms of Hosseini.
Oh, I don't know what the plan was there.
Now Roberts recovers the ball on this near side, but he's given the ball away again. And here is Nourahi down the Iranian right, in towards Taremi as he breaks towards the edge of the penalty area, and he tries to play it wide towards Nourahi, but in the end it deflects off Aaron Ramsey's chest and into the arms of Hennessy. The Wales will make that double change we spoke about very shortly.
Interesting to see who he takes off and whether he changes the shape. I can't see him taking the wing backs off. It's got to be Bale.
Now Wilson making a high run down the centre, but the ball forward from Nico Williams doesn't quite find him. Poralangi brings the ball away. Lovely back heel from Asmoon. Now Taremi plays it wide to this near side. Golazadeh will gather for Iran, twisting and turning away from Nico Williams, who makes half a challenge to hold him up. Ramsey is back there to help him. Back towards Reza Ian. Reza Ian with the ball in field. The back heel again, this time from Ezzatolahi. Almost finds Reza Ian. And Iran have a throw-in on this near side as it's scrambled away by Nico Williams, but they are in the ascendancy at the moment. Golazadeh with the ball in. Taremi tries to knot it down. He does. And the shot volleyed in at the far post by Hadja Safi, and somehow it's blocked.
Harry Wilson's just lost his man there, and we got away with another one.
The cross in from Hadja Safi on the far side is blocked by Roberts, and it will spin behind for an Iranian corner. And Carlos Queiroz' team are dominant at the moment, and their replacements are urging their fans to give them more noise, and the red wall has been silenced away to our left. It's 0-0, 10 minutes into the second half. Wales will make their change, or changes, very soon, but they will have to defend the corner first, and Connor Roberts is hobbling across to this near side. He looks to be one of the players who will be coming off, but he's been told to stay on the pitch at the moment. The corner, an outswinger headed away by Kiefer Moore inside the 6-yard area, regathered on this near side by Ezzatolahi. Right-footed cross in from him is nodded clear by Davis. It's gathered by Wilson, and Wilson looks to draw the free kick, and he does. He bobs and weaves between a couple of challenges. He's caught by Mohammadi, and I know what you're going to say. Where's the yellow card?
Another one. No yellow card again. I mean, I don't know what he's going to do here. So Dan James and Brennan Johnson are just walking.
Well, Connor Roberts is coming off. He's the first player to be withdrawn.
Who's the next one?
Harry Wilson. So while those changes are made, let's go down to Lawrence Moore on the touchline.
Yeah, the Iranian fans who have filled this stadium since kickoff are absolutely making a racket at the moment. Wales with their backs against the wall. Harry Wilson, but Dan James is the other change. So we may well see a change in formation here as James goes up to support Bale and Moore.
And at the moment, James is wide on the left-hand side, Johnson on the right, so out of possession. It's almost a 4-2-4 for Wales. They're really going for it here. With 57 minutes played, James with a chase down the left-hand side, delivers the cross into the penalty area, headed away at the near post, but Kiefer Moore is underneath it. It drops to Brennan Johnson. The ball just bounces over its head though, and it's volleyed away by Mohammadi, and it will be a throw into Wales. Will it? Yeah, the ball has gone out of play. And credit to Rob Page, he's seen his team under the cosh here, and he's looking to change the course of this game by throwing on more attacking players.
Yeah, back four, Nico Williams right back, Mepham and Roden centre backs, Ben Davis left back, Ampadu and Ramsey in the centre of midfield, Dan James on the left, Bale and Kiefer Moore up the middle, Brennan Johnson on the right. That is 4-2-4, all out attack. Fair play to him, he's had a go for it.
58 minutes played, 0-0 here. Don't forget, on Talk Sport 2 at 1 o'clock, Qatar against Senegal with Joe Shannon and Leanne Sanderson from Group A. Also Netherlands against Ecuador on 2 with Ian Danta and Dean Ashton at 4. And then at 6 o'clock here on Talk Sport, Adrian Durham begins our coverage from the Al Bayt Stadium before England against USA. A 6 o'clock start, 7 o'clock kickoff in Group B, this group with Jim Proudfoot and Stuart Pearce. And the Sports Bar Weekender will take your calls following that game at 10 o'clock. And White and Jordan coming up following our programme from here. At 1 p.m, Alessandro Del Piero is among their special guests, and Gabi Agbonlahor is also there as well.
Well, we'll get on to England in a minute. I'm still nervous about this one, Nigel, and it's like this game could go either way. I'm just looking at down our left side. Yeah, he's coming off. That's good news for us. 46 goals for his country. Unlucky not to have scored there anywhere either side of Wayne Hennessy. I mean, if I'm him now walking off the pitch, I won't sleep tonight. All he's got to do is head at either side of him. It's a goal. But we've got Dan James down the left with Ben Davis. Good combination. And on the other side of the pitch, Nico Williams and Brennan Johnson. 4 good athletes. Kiefer Moore in the middle with Bale. Get the ball in the box.
And they're bringing on Karim Ansarafard. Very experienced player. It will be his 95th cap. Plays in Cyprus for Omanoia. He will be coming on very soon. Asmoon, though, is coming back on. The Iranians want to make the change, and they're also indicating they'd like Asmoon to return to the field of play as it's cleared away on the far side, only as far as Ramsey. Ramsey almost pokes it through to Bale, but here is Ampadu on the far side. Williams has got support from Brennan Johnson, who skips away from the first challenge, then doubles back to go on the outside. It breaks to Williams again. And now Ampadu fires in the cross high to the far post, looking for Kiefer Moore, but it's beyond him and it bobbles behind eventually.
Kiefer Moore, where are you? Oh, what a cross. I mean, that is exactly what he's just been telling him to do. I watched Kiefer Moore walk over to Brennan Johnson to say, when you get it, cross it. He walked back over to Dan James and said, when you get it, cross it. The perfect delivery's come in. It's gone right across the back of their defence, and it's a tap-in, and he's on his heels.
61 minutes played here on TalkSport. Somehow it is still Wales 0, Iran 0, but Iran should be ahead here in the second half. But Rob Page has thrown on the wide players. Ben Davis heads it forward, flicked on by Dan James. Kiefer Moore will chase, but it's gathered by Hosseini once again. Wales just need to create one chance here, you feel. And Sarafad is putting on his bib again, so maybe he isn't coming on for now. Asmoon will continue. Wales have a throw-in on the halfway line, and Carlos Queiroz is very animated inside the technical area, speaking to Ali Golazadeh. James on this near side looks to win a corner kick at least. The ball stays in play though, and it's swept clear by Hosseini, and Iran will try and find Taremi on the halfway line, but it's cleared back to Kiefer Moore. Moore is able to ride the first challenge but not the second. He then comes back and bumps over Hadjisafi, but he continues, and now Ampadu has slipped inside the centre circle, and Iran have got a route to goal here, and it's Taremi down the centre, right to its near side. It was looking for Golazadeh, and it's sent behind by Dan James, and the Wales players are slipping and sliding all over the place, and Iran have a corner.
They all are, but that was brilliant tracking back for Dan James there. If he hadn't sprinted the length of the field, their right back was in.
Corner kick on this near side. Golazadeh will take it high towards the far post, claimed by Hennessy, and he quickly looks upfield and he bowls it out towards Ramsey. Ramsey's got James away to the left. Bale is in space further afield on the right, and Ramsey just checks back in field to pick out Nico Williams. Hugging the touchline is Brennan Johnson. Johnson now looking to take on his man, and he's gone behind Mohammadi initially, and he continues up towards the edge of the penalty area, and the cross is fired in, blocked by Mohammadi. Mohammadi has come away with the ball, supported by Hadjisafi, but he in turn turns into Nico Williams, and here is Ampadu. Iran want a free kick, but nothing's been given. Brennan Johnson looking to attack the penalty area again. Ampadu though loses out in the challenge, and Iran have the opportunity to break now over the halfway line. Asmoon wants the ball down the centre, but it's wide towards Taremi, cutting into the penalty area from the left hand side, and it was Ethan Ampadu who came back with potentially a goal saving challenge there to smother the shot, and it's gone behind for a corner.
Well, we lose the ball. There is a chance we're going to get beat here. because of the way we're
I
playing.
think there's more than a chance that Iran are going to score.
But the way we're playing as well, we're wide open, but we know that. When he's made the substitutions, he's gone, let's go for it, but don't be surprised if we leave the back door, and which we are doing. Then you hope they miss, or we make saves, or we defend great. Well, Chris Mepham was backpedaling there. 1v1, I'm thinking you're going too far, you're getting too far in the box, but luckily, Ampadu's got back and helped him, and they've blocked the chance, but, you know, it's either end now.
Well, we've called this a must-win game for Wales, but at the moment, Iran are the side who deserve to win it. Corner kick for them. Hadji Safi will take it high into the area, and it's just about scrambled away by Braden Johnson. Now Ramsey plays it forward looking for Dan James, and it's cut out by Nouralahi, and Wales will have a throw-in on the far side. It's still a fearsomely hot day for those Wales fans behind that goal, and the sun has been unrelenting for them, and at the moment this is a fairly difficult watch for them as well.
Yeah, I said, Nigel, the problem is sometimes when you have that much of the ball, your team gets spread apart. The width of the pitch, your full-backs are on the touchlines, your wingers are out there, and then when you lose the ball, the centre of the pitch is wide open.
Now Nico Williams comes in field from the right-hand side. He's got support from Ramsey. Ramsey has Brennan Johnson further forward, but Ramsey has looked a bit laboured at times, and the challenge comes in this time from Hadji Safi, and all Wales have is a throw-in on the far side. Williams back towards Ramsey again. Can one of Wales' talisman really dig them out of a deepening hole here? It's still 0-0 with 65 minutes played, but we've spoken about the need for Wales to win this game, and at the moment they are second best and hanging on for 0-0. And now Kiefer Moore goes down, and he was challenged on more than one or two occasions there by Hosseini on the ground, and Wales have a free kick. Played short by Ampadu, in towards Ramsey, lofted wide to Williams on the far side, who gathers the ball. Williams now with a high cross into the penalty area. It's beyond Kiefer Moore again, headed away at the far post by Rhea Ezan. He now gets it back and clears high to the halfway line, flicked on by Azmoun. Azmoun and Taremi have looked a real partnership in the second half, you have to say.
Well, they're good players and they're goal scorers and they got instinct, but the centre of the pitch is wide open for them, and counter-attacks are on for them.
Ampadu now swings it wide to the right-hand side, and Brennan Johnson, who will try and attack the penalty area, and Johnson goes to the byline, pulls it back looking for Bale, tries to flick the ball towards goal, but he was crowded out, and it's brought clear by Hosseini on the far side, and he claims handball against Nico Williams, but it's Wales who have a throw-in, but the referee has stopped play, and he's having words with one of the Iranian players here. Well, there's no doubt the referee gave the decision Wales' way, and Wales were looking to take a quick throw-in, and he stopped play to speak to Ezzatolahi.
Yeah, I think it was an earlier move. Ezzatolahi body checked someone.
Change for Iran. Sardar Azmoun is coming off, and Karim Ansarifard is coming on.
I'm glad to see him going off. They look dangerous when they're breaking on us, but I mean, Ethan Ampadu's got a problem now because he's in there. Ramsey's floating about everywhere. He's got 3 against 1 in there because Ramsey's empty in the middle of the pitch, joining in, trying to get us a goal, which is understandable. So Ethan has got to be really careful when we're attacking that he gets his starting position right.
From the throw-in, Bale plays it back towards Johnson. Johnson, with his back to goal, goes all the way to the halfway line. And Mepham, and now Rodon's got 25 yards of green grass ahead of him, plays it wide to Dan James on the left. James spins in field. He's got the opportunity to use his pace now. He's got support from Ramsey, but James goes himself, cuts in the cross, but it's cut out at the near post. I think if anything, Ramsey maybe got in his way there. Rodon now challenges Taremi, loses out in the header, claims his shirt was being pulled, which it was, but Wales have possession, so they continue. Williams forward to the far side, and Johnson. 68 minutes played here in Al Rayyan in Qatar at the 2022 World Cup. Wales 0, Iran 0 on TalkSport. Kiefer Moore chasing another long ball forward, but it's beyond him, and it's claimed by Hosseini.
Yeah, Kiefer Moore's got he can run down the channels, but I would rather see him stay the width of the posts and just keep pulling on the opposite side of the ball every time we get it. Just keep pulling away from the ball, looking for a diagonal ball over the top, or nodding it down for Ramsey, or getting on the end of crosses. Let the wide players run out there.
Bale loses out in the air to Porianji, and now there is space for Iran to attack Taremi into the penalty area, and he was looking for Anfarasad, but it's overhit again and it's claimed by Hennessy. And Iran will believe that luck has been against them in this game. A disallowed goal correctly, and then 2 shots against the post. Brennan Johnson looking to make the run in behind, but Ramsey's ball is quickly cut out by Mohammadi, and defensively Iran have looked fairly sturdy. Now Anfarasad wide towards Golazadeh. He will come in field from the right hand side again, but it's good defending by Ampadu, but the ball is squirted further wide, and the cross in is a good one as well from Reza Ian, and it's glanced away by Mepham. It will be another Iranian corner.
Well, it's turned into a bit of a basketball match now, end to end, but I mean, if I was their manager, I'd be thinking, right, they've got Bale lingering when we're attacking, they've got Aaron Ramsey lingering, 2 wide players who are lightning. They're in danger of getting done on the break as well.
Well, both teams here are just going all out now.
Yeah,
it's a great game to watch.
Yeah.
If you're in neutral, and of course we aren't. The corner into the penalty area is cleared away as far as Golazadeh. We know he can come infield onto his left foot, so too can Atul Talahi. High cross to the far post, not it down, but into the arms of Hennessy with players lurking.
We got away with it
again. Now Ramsey lofts it forward. Dan James was chasing, but he was never going to catch that, and it's through towards Hosseini. Don't forget 1 o'clock, White and Jordan coming up on Talk Sport with Alessandro Del Piero. 3 o'clock live from the Talk Sport fan zone. It is Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent. 6 o'clock on Talk Sport, England against USA. 7 o'clock kick-off. The Sports Bar Weekender will have all the reaction and take your calls from 10. Kiefer Moore was caught there in the challenge, but no free kick given. Here is Reza Ian attacking the penalty area, wide towards Golazadeh, onto that left foot, but the low ball in is scraped away at the near post by Rodon, and it will be another corner kick to Iran. Their 5th. Wales have had 1 in the entire game.
Joe Rodon's just having a right pop with Brennan Johnson for not running back there.
Corner's played short in towards Taremi, and the bobbling shot towards goal from Porianji eventually comes to nothing, and Johnson will try and bring the ball away now up to the halfway line, closed down by Nur Al-Ali, who's had an excellent game for Iran in midfield, but then he turns into Bale, and Nico Williams can play it forward, looking for Kiefer Moore, who brings it down, tries to bring Johnson into the play, but Iran will clear again, and Mepham has a route back towards Wayne Hennessy, and he uses it. Here is Rodon coming outside the penalty area now and up towards the halfway line for Wales, and the crowd appreciate that, but then he's given the ball away, and Iran here have 5 players forward on a counter-attack. Atul Talahi up towards the edge of the penalty area. Here is Taremi back towards Atul Talahi again, right foot shot from him, brilliant save by Hennessy to turn the ball around the post, and once again Iran are inches away from the opening goal, and Wales are clinging on grimly for a point here. Corner's played short quickly to Hadji Safi. His high cross towards the far post, and Ampadu again will just be happy to concede a corner. But Wales are all over the place at times.
What a save, Wayne Hennessy. He's going in the bottom corner. Brilliant save.
Corner kick. Golazadeh will take it. The Iranian fans in an absolute ferment here. They can sense the opening goal is coming. Golazadeh with the corner, high to the far post. It's overhit, but Mario Escobar has blown his whistle, and he is sorting out some pushing and pulling inside the penalty area, and it's Porianji who he is speaking to, not for the first time.
If we nick this win,
it will be daylight robbery.
It's their own fault, and teams like Iran and the USA, they do sometimes not punish you and have lots of chances but don't score.
Well, we saw Canada the other night as well. Golazadeh with the ball in, fisted away by Hennessy. Quickly returned to the edge of the 6-yard area. Hennessy comes through the crowd to punch clear, but it's gathered by Golazade. Whips it in left-footed, high to the far post. Kiefer Moore will rise to clear. Bale tries to win it back. Flattens an Iranian player, but it's still danger here for Wales. Golazade. Back towards Reza Ian. And Ezzatullahi is closed down, but a shot is fired in from distance. Ricochets off Kiefer Moore. It was Reza Ian coming forward to take it. And Nico Williams just happy to hammer the ball forward, but it's volleyed back by Hosseini. Nico Williams trying to stoop in and head the ball, and I think he's at least got the throw-in on the far side, maybe even a free kick. No, a throw-in's been given.
You make substitutions sometimes as a manager and you make it worse. That's exactly what's happened. We've got worse. We've tried to win it, and I can understand why he's done it, but right now I'd be thinking we're going to lose this game. Maybe I'd drop Gareth Bale back into midfield and play 3 up.
15 minutes to play. 0-0 it remains on TalkSport. Here is Ramsey. James just holds his run to stay onside. Ramsey's back heel now finds him. Back towards Ramsey again, and he tries to poke it into James, but again it was a very difficult ball to execute when you're not quite at 100% fitness, and that's the case for Aaron Ramsey. But Wales do have a throw-in, and more changes being made here by Iran, and it will be Alireza Jahanbakhsh, the former Brighton player, who is one of the players coming on, along with Mehdi Torabi. And Wales will also be bringing on Joe Allen to try and hold things together in the midfield. Some return for him. And while those changes are about to be made, let's go back to Lawrence Moore.
Yeah, fascinating call by Rob Page. He clearly wants to try and get hold of the midfield, so Joe Allen will be coming on. It'll be fascinating to see who he brings off. Will it be Ethan Ampadu, or will it be Aaron Ramsey, or another change in formation? At the moment, Ampadu seems to be getting lots of instructions, so it might not be him. But Joe Allen making his way to the touchline, and we'll find out shortly who he'll be coming on for.
A triple change being readied for Iran. Hadja Safi is the first player going off, then Golazade, who's had a goal disallowed and hit the post, he'll be replaced by Jahanbakhsh. Mehdi Torabi will come on for Hadja Safi, and the other player is Rubez Chesmi, who started the game against England, and they've not made that change yet, but Chesmi will be coming on very soon, and Joe Allen will be playing his first match since Swansea against Hull on the 17th of September, and he comes on in a World Cup game, and it's Ampadu who goes off.
I don't think that's the problem. I think obviously if you've got 4 players standing across the top of the pitch, and your 2 midfield players that you've left in there don't get enough of the ball, you've got 4 players waiting for a pass that never comes, and then you're getting done at the other end, you're outnumbered. So sometimes you're better off having 2 up there instead of the 4 and getting a grip of the middle of the pitch, so at least the 2 get a pass.
And Nourillahi has gone off to make way in the midfield for Chesmi. Wales have a throw in towards Bale, who tries to win the corner. The ball is very close to the byline, but did not go out of play. It was forward towards Anfarasad, who now has the captain's armband for Iran. The Wales do win a throw-in on this near side. Can they prize a winning goal out of this? Bale with a long throw, hurled into the penalty area, headed away initially, nodded back by Williams. Now Ramsey, the back heel on the edge of the area, wasn't the ball to play in that sort of situation, and in the end it breaks down and Williams commits a foul, and it will be a free kick for Iran.
Well, it sounds like a good move, and you can understand why Rob's done that. 4 across the top, Bale, Moore, Brennan Johnson and Dan James, but they're not getting the ball now.
No, they're bystanders. They may get the ball now though. Kiefer Moore plays in Dan James, in space down the left hand side. 4 red shirts look for the ball in. It was a rugged challenge from Hosseini, but he won the ball back, and then Kiefer Moore lunges in, and it will be a throw-in given to Iran. Well, the final touch there clearly came off Reza Ian. Dan James is still down, the Wales bench not happy, but Iran will have a throw-in.
Well, it looked like a foul on Dan James. He's at full flight, running at the right back. Goes outside him.
And now the throw-in has been given to Wales.
It was our throw.
Yeah. Davis will take it. Short towards Allen. Oh, Davis with a ball in field again, which is cut out, but the Iranians run it out of play, and Wales are hurrying things here with 11 minutes to play. It's 0-0. They've thrown on the attacking players, but to very little effect at the moment. But Ramsey swings it out towards the right-hand side, and Williams, but good pressure coming in from Tarabi, and it's back towards the central defenders. Roden on towards Mepham. Wales have not been able to replicate the intensity they showed in the first half when they were overall the better side, but there's no doubt Iran have played the better football in the second 45 minutes here on TalkSport. But with 10 and a half minutes to play, it is still 0-0, and both teams really going for the victory here.
Come on, boys, can we nick a goal against all the odds? If we nick a goal and win this game, I think we could get through the group.
But at the moment, if it stays like this, it is likely that Wales would have to beat England in their final game to qualify. Now James finding Bale, who tries to guide it on to Kiefer Moore, but Iran clear, and there's wide open spaces in the midfield again, and here is Taremi, guides it into the penalty area. Joe Allen gets back to make a blocking challenge, and Bale now guides it wide towards Dan James, infield towards Bale again. Can Bale get the ball down here? And he scoops the ball over the head of Etutolazi, and there's an opportunity for Williams to bring it forward. He's found Brennan Johnson. He can attack now down the right, but he plays it infield behind Nico Williams. Iran will clear, but the communication from Wales at times has not been good enough.
No, but Nico Williams is like overlapping Brennan Johnson. You're killing his space. Just give it him and support him. Let him go 1v1 at the fullback, and if he's in trouble he can roll it back to you. But overlapping a winger, no need.
Well, there's an Iranian player down here with cramp, which is not really surprising on a day like today. Very warm conditions despite the air conditioning inside the stadium. 9 minutes to play here on TalkSport. Wales 0, Iran 0 in Group B in the second round of games at the World Cup. Qatar against Senegal coming up in Group A at 1 o'clock over on TalkSport 2, and they will also have Netherlands against Ecuador at 4, England against USA in this group at 7 o'clock, and whatever happens in the remaining 8.5 minutes here, Dean, Wales cannot play like this against England, whoever they're playing.
No, I thought we played well first half, but Iran had just kept breaking on us, but we were playing well because we threw everybody forward and it was all out attack. These are international players you're playing against. If you lose the ball around the edge of their box and not finish your chances off, they are going to break on you. And they've got players who've, two centre forwards scored 70 goals between them. How they've not scored, I don't know.
Wales heading for only their second clean sheet in 13 games, but it would also be 7 matches without a win for the first time since November 2003.
Yeah, a lot of them were Nations League where he put a B team out, so I wouldn't read into it, same as England.
Ben Davis back towards Roden, who is closed down by Taremi, and we have 7.5 minutes plus added time to play here. 0-0 it remains. A lofted ball forward looking for Bale, who wins the header, and Dan James will gather in space down the left. Can he produce a quality ball in? It's high to the far post. It's Ramsey who tries to volley, but it breaks to Brennan Johnson. Johnson now cuts back. Here is Nico Williams who fires the ball, and it's blocked by Davis. Davis with a shot just over the top. And was it turned over the top? It was. It was a brilliant save by Hosseini. And Wales suddenly spring forward, and Ben Davis is inches away from the opening goal.
At last, diagonal ball, Bale flicks it on, Dan James runs in behind him, stands across up at the back post, ricochet, Kiefer Moore lays it back to Ben Davis, over the bar.
Ramsey with the corner, high to the far post, it breaks to Brennan Johnson on this near side. Kiefer Moore claimed he was being held down, maybe had a case. Now Allen, finding Nico Williams, long lofted ball forward again. Brennan Johnson was the target, but it's headed away. Johnson with a blocking challenge on Jahanbakhsh. Now Hennessy comes outside his penalty area, collides with Taremi, and Wayne Hennessy could be in real trouble here. It was a long ball forward, Taremi was in pursuit, Hennessy came careering out of his goal. There were players coming back to make the challenge, but would they have got there in time? A yellow card has been shown initially by the referee. The Iranians are absolutely furious. They want a red card. Hennessy has also injured himself, but it's a yellow card for Wayne Hennessy. Wow, that's a big moment.
Well, he's definitely come off his line when he shouldn't have. I think Roden was dealing with it. It's a ball down the ping down the right channel. Mepham's coming across. Wayne Hennessy comes off his line, cements Taremi late. It's got to be a red card.
That's a red card challenge. If that goes to VAR, that's a red card.
I mean, I don't know the laws here because they change them every week. VAR.
He's going to the screen.
There's only one outcome.
Mario Escobar is heading towards the screen. The Iranian captain is following him. Jahanbakhsh is then told to retreat. And Mario Escobar has been told here by Drew Fisher, the Canadian VAR official, to go and have a look at this. And if he's seeing what we're seeing, Wales could be down to 10 men here. It was a very high boot from Wayne Hennessy into the side of the face of Taremi.
He's just missed the ball. He's not meant to cement the striker, Taremi. He's just missed the ball.
But you can't do that. The Iranians away to our right are on their feet. The horns are blaring. The flags are waving because they believe that Wayne Hennessy is about to be sent off here. Wales do have replacements available to bring on Danny Ward and take someone else off. The referee has now come back out. He's looked at the screen. He's heading towards Wayne Hennessy. He's going for his back pocket. The yellow card has been rescinded and Wayne Hennessy has been sent off.
It is a red card. Danny Ward on. Probably take Aaron Ramsey off. We can still nick the game.
Well, this is a second half in which it's all gone wrong for Wales. Somehow they are still level at 0-0, but Hennessy has been dismissed. They will have to make a change here. Danny Ward, who was the starting goalkeeper at the Euros, he'll also be the starter against England.
Yeah, Ramsey,
he will come on.
Ramsey looks like he's coming off, but I mean, you can't take Gareth Bale off in case we get a free kick.
Yeah, Ramsey is making his way towards this near side. He will be sacrificed to allow Danny Ward to come on. That's the change which is being made. Iran do have a free kick. We still have 3 minutes to play here, plus added time, and there will be plenty of that. And I think if you offered Wales a point at this stage, they would take it.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we nicked it still. I know we've got 10 men.
First red card of this World Cup, and it's gone to Wayne Hennessy of Wales.
Yeah, it was a red card, no arguments.
Free kick here for Iran, as Wales look to maybe hang on here with 10 men. Free kick is whipped in, headed away by Joe Allen to the far post. Jahanbakhsh will gather. Back again towards Tarabi. Low ball in is cleared by Gareth Bale. And a run on the halfway line with Mohammadi. Wide to the far side. The Wales fans find their voices to support their team, and the Red Wall need to get behind them now. A man down as Iran break into the penalty area. It's back to Anfarasad. Right foot shot from him is deflected. It breaks back towards Anfarasad again, and they're queuing up for the shot, which is fired over the top. In the end, it was Tarabi who had space, but he failed to hit the target.
I mean, we've gone down to 10 men. Brennan Johnson walking back. It's got to go 4-4-1. We either take a point, or sometimes, you never know, because we've sunk back into a shape, we might end up nicking one the other end. But you can't. Your two wide players can't walk back when you got 10 men with there's 15 minutes left.
Iran have had 14 shots in this game. Wales have had 8. They have dominated the second half. And now Wales need to find something from somewhere. We are in the 90th minute. It's 0-0 somehow. Iran have hit both posts and had a goal disallowed, and Azmoun missed an absolute sitter from 6 yards. But here is Brennan Johnson at the other end, chasing a high ball forward. It's cleared downfield by Anfarasad, and Joe Rodon will go all the way back towards Danny Ward, who will now be in the spotlight. The Leicester City goalkeeper, ironically, is now a first-team player after so many seasons as a backup to Kasper Schmeichel, but he found himself the backup goalkeeper heading into this World Cup, but he won't be now.
Yes, guys! Yes, guys!
Gareth Bale challenging on the near side, and he forces a poor ball forward. Joe Allen tries to find more, and here is Ben Davies. Checks in field, and Rodon will go all the way back towards Ward. He clears long downfield, wide to the right-hand side, inviting Brennan Johnson to leap, and the ball almost stayed in play there, but in the sunshine on the far side, the small strip of sunshine still illuminating the pitch here, it will be a throw into Iran, and we are heading for added time here.
So, for me, Nige, 4-4-1.
9 more minutes.
9 minutes, we will get a set play before the end of this game. We will get a corner before the end of the game, and that could be our best chance of scoring, but let's not give the game up and go into the England game with 1 point.
Iran coming forward again now with Tarabi, and he's checked into space inside the penalty area, pulls it back looking for Taremi, and it's cleared away again. Desperate defending, now Kiefer Moore on the halfway line looking to hold the ball up, and he's been fouled by Anfarasad, and it will be a free kick, and Robert Page is furious with that. The Wales have the opportunity to get the ball a long way from their own goal at least.
Here we go. No, free kick on the halfway line, out wide, plant the ball onto the penalty spot. Kiefer Moore go and attack the ball, surround the box, and let's pick the bits up or a little knockdown. It's a chance to score.
Ben Davies over the free kick, high towards the far post. Brennan Johnson will challenge, and he wins the header, pokes it in field to Kiefer Moore, who's just unable to control it at the near post, 8 yards out, and it spins through to Hosseini.
What a chance. I mean, Ben Davies is it. He's missed the penalty spot, he's hit the back post. Brennan Johnson's flicked it on. Kiefer Moore, if he has a good first touch, he's in.
Now Taremi chasing on this near side, but he's challenged by Rodon, and the referee has in fact given offside.
That'll do nicely.
But it wasn't given by the official on this near side.
Strange one. Right, we've got another free kick, halfway now half. Danny Ward can ping it as far as you like. Kiefer Moore win this header, and the rest of you gamble on the flick on.
We played 2 minutes of added time here. It is still 0-0 on Talk Sport. Wales down to 10 men. Ward high to this near side, and Dan James will leap, but it's straight out of play, and it wasn't the sort of delivery really required in the circumstances. Jahanbash infield towards Reza Ian, but it's won back by Joe Allen. Now Dan James, he's wrestled to the ground, and Wales have another free kick, conceded this time by Karimi, and this another chance to load the penalty area.
Yeah, so you stick Kiefer Moore down the middle with Mepham on the penalty spot and make a circle around him, so anything that drops, if they win the header and it drops in the deep, we've got 4 midfield men having a half volley at the goal. Dan James gamble, Brennan Johnson gamble for the flick on, the rest of you pick their headers up. Great chance for us.
Ben Davies with the free kick, driven high to Kiefer Moore. The keeper's come a long way and he's claimed it, and he quickly bowls it out, and Wales must retreat now. There's a break over the halfway line, it's played wide, but Nico Williams does well to get there before Mohammadi, and it will be a throw into Iran, in towards Taremi, back towards Mohammadi again. Iran looking to work the overlap down their left, but the ball forward from Mohammadi doesn't find Tarabi, but they do have a throw in, and Nico Williams quickly concedes another one. Wayne Hennessy, only the third goalkeeper to be sent off in World Cup history. Gianluca Pagliuca of Italy was the first one. You may remember that in 1994. And South Africa's Atumeleng Kune was the other one in 2010.
Wardy's wasting time here. Does he know we need to win?
I think he's also aware they're down to 10 men and been absolutely battered in the second half.
Rob Page is telling him to get the ball forward quicker. He's waving his arms at him. Come on, Wardy.
We still have 5 minutes of added time to play here. 0-0 on TalkSport. But Eza Ian has also just been booked as the ball is flicked on by Moore. And now Taremi wins the ball above Roden in the air, and there was a high boot there from Jahan Bash on Mepham.
Yellow card? No.
The Iranians have not had a player booked in the entire game.
Oh, he's found his card.
Until now. And Jahan Bash has received one. I think Jahan Bash annoyed him by telling him to go to the screen to flourish the red card, and he's been on his radar ever since.
Do you know what, Nigel? I've been in football since I was 18, and this has happened so many times to teams I've played for or whatever. You're playing against 11, you've got 10 men, you're hanging on and you nick one up the other end. Can we do it?
Ward goes long again, looking for Kiefer Moore, who does well to bring it down, brings Ben Davies into the play, wide towards Moore again on the left touchline, and he plays a 1-2 with Dan James, and Moore with a low cross into the penalty area. He breaks out to James, who almost found Bale, and now Nico Williams with a miss kick. But here is Johnson with a low ball across the penalty area, but he was challenged as he hit it by Mohammadi, and it's gathered by Hosseini, who then from a prone position flings himself forward to throw the ball outside the penalty area. And there are 4 forward here for Iran, including Taremi, who breaks towards the edge of the penalty area, and it's played wide, but the ball in for Eza Ian is blocked. Gareth Bale will chase up to the halfway line. Hosseini gets there first, and in the end the ball down the line spins back into play for Taremi. He turns away from Roden, but Allen recovers the ball for Wales. He then crunches into a challenge with Hosseini, but Bale finds Dan James quickly on towards Kiefer Moore, but the ball was beyond him. He looks tired now, and here is Jahan Bash for Iran up towards the edge of the penalty area, closed down by Rodon, and Davis is able just to get the ball away. And Roden and Jahan Bash are both down, and Bale in the fullback area holds off the challenge of Karimi, and then eventually is dragged to the ground but doesn't get the free kick. Carlos Queiroz is miles outside the technical area. The referee should sort that out, and eventually he does. The Iranian subs are all over the field as well, and it's a chaotic end to the game. We had a chaotic end to the Iranian press conference yesterday, and here in the 96th minute Wales are looking to hang on for a point in a game they really had to win.
Yeah, and from their point of view, they'll be thinking if we beat the USA, you know, they can go through, yeah, and they're through.
Throw in taken by Rezaïn, and the cross into the area is cleared by Joe Allen, but there's no one there on the halfway line in a red shirt, and Iran will have the throw in. And we have 2 minutes of added time to play here on TalkSport. Wales 0, Iran 0, but it has not really been a hard luck story for Wales, you have to say. If they emerge from this with a point, they will have been fortunate. Now Tarabi. Iran pouring forward again here with Taremi. Wide to the far side, and Jahan Bash slipped into the penalty area, defended well by Roden. Wales will try and break. Brennan Johnson, though, is quickly closed out. And Iran have 5 forward here in this attack, but the low shot is blocked at the near post by Rodon. Back towards Jahan Bash. And now wide to the far side again, and Mohammadi looking to attack the penalty area. Low ball in from him. Joe Allen will clear, but the clearance is a poor one. Tarabi with the low shot, it's in. Iran have done it, and it's a goal they deserve. Their replacements spill onto the field in celebration. Their fans are absolutely jubilant. Gareth Bale flat out on the pitch in utter despair, and that's a goal which is a shattering blow to Wales's World Cup hopes. It's a game where everything has gone wrong. They look to have escaped with a point, but right at the very end, Mehdi Tarabi with a low shot which snaked away from Danny Ward. You have to say it's a goal that Iran deserve. Their fans can celebrate a rare World Cup victory, and one they will talk about for a long, long time. And their hopes of qualification for the first time have now been enhanced. Chesney with the shot. Ward have no chance, and it's Iran 1, Wales 0.
Well, you can't say anything else but they deserve to win. We opened the pitch wide up. I'm not going to criticise Rob Page because we all know we needed to win. He's opened the game up. They've kept breaking at us. They've hit the post twice, missed an open goal. Wayne Hennessy's made a brilliant save. We've not done enough at the other end. And that goal is just... we cleared it about 4 times and it ends up with a strike from the edge of the box. And it's done Danny Ward. Not the best of the blocking from the defenders, by the way. That was a couple of them turned it back, but it's gone right in the corner.
Ruben Chesney with the goal. We've still got moments to play in added time, and the Iranian fans are absolutely jubilant. But here is Brennan Johnson now at the far post, and it's cleared away by Mohammadi. It will be Iran's 3rd victory in 17 World Cup games. And Wales now, even if they beat England, are in real trouble. But if they play like this, you can't see them overcoming the 3 lines. The red wall disconsolate. A long throw into the penalty area, headed away. Nico Williams returns it to the box. Roden is forward. Now Allen, he's lost out to Taremi. He can break over the halfway line. Iran could get a second goal here. He's got support from Ansar Assad. He's played it square. Wales are wide open. It could be 2-0. It is. A second goal for Iran, scored by Ramin Rezaein. And Wales's World Cup hopes are crumbling here in Al Rayyan. 2 shattering blows deep into added time. Iran have a scoreline they deserve eventually, but the red wall at the other end of the stadium are silent and disconsolate.
It's a brilliant finish from Rezaein. Counter-attack down the left. They've got 4v2, and Taremi has picked the right pass with the right weight on it, and Danny Ward comes out, dives at Razemi's feet, and he's just dinked him. 4v2, good movement on a counter-attack. It's a good finish, and we are out on our feet, and we're beat, and we're going to have to look into it after this game and see where we went wrong. But you know, we just don't look, we've got too many players on the pitch who aren't fit. We just don't look as if we can carry a game for 90 minutes.
Well, they've scored very late, Iran, but Wales can't have any complaints. Goals in the 98th and the 101st minute. The final whistle goes and Iran can celebrate. What a day for them. But Wales's World Cup hopes now hang by a very slender thread. It is out of their hands. They came into this game with so much hope. They played well in the first half, but Iran in the end overwhelmed them. It took them a long time to score, but when they did, it was deserved. And with a match against England still to come, it is a huge ask now for Wales to get out of this group. Iran have responded superbly to their humbling loss against England, and against the other UK side, it is a deserved victory. Full time, Wales 0, Iran 2.